The most challenging thing that you will ever come across in this lifetime is to listen to your heart and to follow it, where it is taking you. And this is something that has been an extreme challenge for me. And it's so easy to just get caught up in trying to listen to other people. Perhaps they have it figured out. Perhaps these people know more than I know. Perhaps they, since apparently they have done so many great things, they've been able to manifest this, they've been able to do this, blah, 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 whatever it is, that maybe these people have it figured out, and that means that I should be listening to them. What if I told you that that is never the case, and that you should never listen to anybody, and you should never take anything for granted, not even what I'm saying. You should never even listen to me. What you should be doing is to look at what it is that I'm saying, take it in, but always filter it through your own heart, and never ever listen to anything other than your own heart and what it is telling you. We're all so unique, and finding your individuality and understanding what success and what fulfillment means to you can only be done in one way, and it cannot be taught to you. It must be discovered and felt by you. I got a new camera here today, which is just my cell phone. So if I'm looking all over the place, that's why. This is such a hard thing, to just come into this place of accepting that, I hold all the answers. The only person that can figure out this thing that is life, and to become complete in it, and to live joyfully in it, and to live in it in a way that is just amazing, can only be done by you. No other person can ever give you what you seek. Only you can give that to yourself, by finally choosing in this moment now to start listening and to start following what is being presented to you by the heart. I used to be so lost and confused, and I had so many mentors and teachers that I would be listening to, and even just random people just popping up on YouTube, and they would say these things, and I would be like, oh yes, this must be it, I should be doing this, more meditations, more of this, blah blah blah. While in reality, I was only attaching myself to sort of a program of my mind that thought that if I did this, I would land somewhere, I would achieve something, I would accomplish something, I would change my situation. And if this is how you are feeling in this moment, you're trying to change your situation, then truly your state of consciousness will never shift, which is what we are truly looking for. We want a deeper sense of consciousness in our lives, to feel more deeply who it is that we truly are, and to be more who it is that we really are. And that never happens when the ego tries to change something. It always happens by the grace of the universe that is working through you. And that happens in a state of allowance, when we try to not change things instead, but instead come into the moving change of the heart that is always occurring. The heart is always waiting for you to start accepting it and to start working with you, just eagerly waiting, like a little child just looking for their parents' attention, come on, let's start living. Come on, will you finally start living? Will you finally start to work with me? Will you finally start to be who you are? We can start at any moment now. It's time. But then we're like, no. Tomorrow I need to do these meditations, I need to do this thing, I need to do this, and I need to follow a structure or whatever it is. And then the heart is like, okay, I guess I'll have to wait a little bit longer before we're gonna start living. It's so confusing sometimes though, because living from the heart can make no fucking sense. Sometimes it means walking away from a person, sometimes it means approaching a person, sometimes it means moving away from who it was that you used to be. If only for a moment. Perhaps you think that I'm done with this forever, but the heart just wants you to take a little break, and then tomorrow the heart is like, oh, let's do a little bit of this again. You never know what's gonna come in the heart. And that's the thing, it doesn't follow a structure, it doesn't follow a certain set of rules, a certain set of ideas. It just does whatever the fuck it wants to do in this present moment. Sometimes you feel like playing a video game, and then all of a sudden you have a day where you perhaps are, this is something that I've been doing, so I've been distracting myself with video games on some days, and then on some days I'll genuinely feel excitement and joy over playing a video game. And then it's like, you can come into a space of thinking that there's something inherently wrong with something that you're doing, when that is not truly the case. It's just that whatever you're experiencing within your heart in this moment makes a thing in alignment or not in alignment. And that can change from day to day. On some days, your heart is in the process of going through a lot of things that makes it so that you should chill a little bit, maybe spend more time in the present moment. But that doesn't mean that you should develop a meditation routine every single day to, always leave yourself receptive and open, because then you might fall for the trap again of the ego trying to change something. If I follow this routine, then everything is gonna change, everything's gonna work itself out. And it's like, no. Now you're lost in this matrix again of not living your life truly and authentically from the heart. You're trying to once again create a matrix of some structure for your life, when the universe just wants you to surrender to the spontaneity of this present moment, where you don't know what the fuck you're gonna feel like doing. You don't know who the fuck you are in some cases, because that's also a big part of this journey that we're on right now. I'm not sure if you guys have felt it, but over the last couple of days I've been so tired and just exhausted, and I've been feeling my body so deeply, and I have such intense dreams just arriving and making it so that I wake up just really tired, because there's so much being processed at this time. And when this happens, it can be kind of uncomfortable to just sit and relax and be a little bit. And those are the days when it's really important to do that. And so you gauge what is to be done in your life by what is going on in this moment, not by some matrix of projecting into the future what you should be doing, so that you're in some way trying to change what's going on, because change happens naturally for you in the most beautiful and abundant way when you start allowing it through moving with the changes of the heart. There's only two modes that we can work from, either that of living in the heart, doing what is being felt in this moment and what is true and unique to us as individuals, which is the highest way to just live this lifetime, connected to your heart. You're gonna feel most alive. You're going to be surprised by all of the synchronicity coming into your life and all the things that just start aligning for you in a way that the mind couldn't really predict, because the mind had little to do with these changes that are so deeply meant for us. The universe is always manifesting for us. We don't have to focus so much on that manifestation process, because we really have nothing to do with that process at all. The universe takes care of all of that. So for us, it's simply more about tuning into the highest potential frequency that we possibly can, which exists in this space of allowance. And sometimes you gotta allow yourself to play, as in this example that I've just been using a little bit here, sometimes you gotta allow yourself to play a little bit of video games, because it feels exciting and joyful. Sometimes you gotta realize that right now I should not be doing that. I should perhaps realize that, this video game doesn't feel fun anymore, or whatever thing it is that you're doing, it doesn't feel fun anymore. And to, in that moment, understand that, the reason why I don't find joy in the things around me right now is because there is something going on within me that kind of requires my attention. Because naturally we are joyful creatures, we are joyful souls, we enjoy, we are excited, we love to do things. And if that is not the case in this moment, then, it could be that you're in one of these times that I am in, and I'm sure that a lot of you are feeling similarly at this time, where you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling a bit drained, you're feeling a bit tired. And then to honor that and to move with that, flow with that energy. I know it's not fun to just kind of, experience this perhaps a little bit more challenged state that is so natural and part of this life that we're in. But sometimes we just gotta spend time with that, beyond all of these things that we usually do, so that we can also keep honoring the heart and what it needs. Because life is this yin and yang dance of this balance of allowing ourselves to go into the deep trenches of some of the challenging things, so that we can also go into the deep trenches of joy and excitement. They come with each other, they cannot exist without each other, basically. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.